KeyBooks True Crime Mystery Series. Hi, I'm Gary Levisi, and we're going to look at a series of a dozen British true crime books that show some really wild cover art. It's a beautiful little series. These are the 12. Here's the spines, how colorful they are. KeyBooks. They're numbered from 001 to 0012. And they're published from around, there's no date on them, from 1958 to maybe 1960. They're from Nunes Press, Tower House in London, and they're 128 pages each. They each have 4 to 8 true crime stories in them. First one is Landru Bluebeard of France by William Laquix, but there's other stories involved. The thing is with these books is that, here's the second book in the series, really stunning cover art. They're laminated covers, which has a plus and a minus. The covers being laminated really brings out the artwork bright and sharp, but also in some way, as you can see in this book and one of the other examples I'm going to show you, moisture sometimes gets under the lamination, so it kind of dulls the art. This is the only one that's 126 pages because they have ads for the stories, and they say true crime and mystery keybooks. Keybooks is one word. In this series I presented stories for real life, stories of strange personalities, of subtle plots, bewildering mysteries, which fascinated the mind and arrested the attention of a wondering world. And they all have from 4 to 8 stories in them, and they have by famous true crime writers of the time. Probably these are written in the 1890s, 1900, 1910. And there's 2 very famous names in this series. One you'll recognize is Edgar Wallace. Edgar Wallace wrote quite a lot of contributions to this series. That's book number 1 in the series. And book number 2, there's another author who appears quite a bit, H. Greenough Smith. A lot of people don't know, haven't heard of him and have no idea who he is. He was the most famous editor of the British Strand magazine. He was the editor that brought Arthur Conan Doyle's works to the Strand magazine, including the Sherlock Holmes stories. So he's a very influential editor at the time, and much like Frank Munsey or Farnsworth Wright at Weird Tales in the United States, Greenough Smith was a very important editor. And it's number 2 in the series. Third book is The Brides in the Bath by Ross Arnold. And you see the back covers are the same, just advertising what's in each book. And they have the true crime logo with the noose, kind of cute. Lamination peels off. That's not a problem on the back cover, but on the front cover it does interfere with the clearness and the sharpness of the cover art. Cover art is generally by a artist who signed his name with a crown, and that's either Rex or there's also an artist called King. more details on these books are listed in my article in Paperback Parade 97. So we have number 4 is The Trial of the Seddons by Edgar Wallace. Put these closer together so you can see the 3. And they're all marked on the spine, 005. The leading story with the author and the publisher Nunez, and the True Crime KeyBook logo. And this is Pritchard the Poisoner by Hargrave L. Adams. And it contains a story by H. Greenhouse Smith and 4 stories. No copyright, I mean they are copywritten, but there's no copyright date on these. These are from, I would say, from 1958 to 1960. And next one, this is an example of what I was talking about with the problem of the moisture underneath the lamination. Number 6, 006, is The Double Life of Edith Thompson by Max Pemberton. And also contains 3 other stories. So it's hard to make out that cover because of the lamination has moisture underneath of it. The next one is actually 007, Maria Martin, Murder in the Red Barn by Ross Arnold. .008, Secret of the Moat Farm by Edgar Wallace. This has 5 stories, rather gruesome kind of cover. Number 8 is one that's, number 9 is one that's, is it number 8? It's hard to tell. So number 9 is one that's very well known to a lot of people, and it also has a Greenhouse Smith story, but the lead story is Dr. Crippen, Lover and Poisoner by William Lequeux. So that's Dr. Crippen, famous mass murderer of London. That's number 9. And number 10 is The Murder of Yarmouth Sands by Edgar Wallace. And here you can see quite well the crown, which is the signature of the cover artist who did, I assume, all the covers in this series. Either his name was Rex, and he used that crown as, in other words, Rex for the king, or there was also an artist called King, so it may have been him. Not sure exactly. And the 11th book in the series, Rasputin the Mysterious by William Lequeux. Another great cover. Trying to kill the mad monk, poisoning him, shooting him, hanging him. They did a lot of things and they still couldn't get him. And 012, the last book in the series, Steiny Morrison and the Scarlets by Sir John Hall. Very nice edition. These books are all listed in an article that I wrote in Paperback Parade number 97. So if you want further information or more details, then that's available in that issue of Paperback Parade. So I think it's an interesting series. It's true crime, really garish cover art. that's really fascinating and fun. And I hope you enjoyed this brief look at the 12-book series of British true crime. And I want to thank you for all your support and words of encouragement over the last few weeks. And hope you continue watching. Give us a thumbs up and a like if you like this. And tell your friends and ask them to subscribe. And see you next time. Thanks a lot for looking.